We're headed to Oldenburg, Indiana for an auction at a church. Well, as I said, we are in Oldenburg, Indiana, and it is a church auction. Sisters of St. Francis, the Oldenburg Church you've seen before in my previous videos, is gorgeous. It's as old as the town, and they have lots and lots of gorgeous furniture here. I heard about this auction through a friend that owns an antique shop in Oldenburg, Indiana, Carriage House Antiques, and unfortunately, I'm broke. And look at all this gorgeous furniture. I mean, look at it. The lion head carvings. Some of this furniture was made, gosh, this bookshelf, I'm just drooling over it. You see those in lawyers' offices a lot. But, yeah, I just, now's the time I wish I, didn't spend money every time I get it in my grimy little claws, because, stuff like this happens. I wasn't aware of it until like 2 days before, so I tried my best to, manage to get some funds up, and I wasn't able to get much of anything, so yeah, boo-hoo for me. But a lot of the furniture, some of the furniture you see here was made at Romweber. Romweber is, or was, a furniture company. They made furniture in Batesville, Indiana. Since has been closed, and the factory has been turned over into really nice, like industrial type apartments, and also that shopping area I showed you. Look at this chair. I mean, come on. But needless to say, there is lots and lots of beautiful furniture. Look at these lockers. There's a set of 3. But yeah, I could have brought a U-Haul and really, really loaded down. Filled my house with lots of new pretties. But yeah, I've never been to an auction before. This will be my first time. And I just thought I would check it out, so I hung out for a couple hours, and I did end up buying a couple things. Got all these stamps, lots and lots of stamps. But yeah, I mean, I guess they pulled a lot of this stuff out of the basement, and all of these steamer trunks, they're just in excellent shape. They're gorgeous. But yeah, I ended up getting a few things. I got a table for my plants, and then I got a couple, what do you call them? Sick call crucifixes. Yeah, look at these bells. Aren't they cool? I don't know, they might have been for like, like a class bell kind of thing where the bell goes off, because there is a church, Catholic school connected to, the church and everything. So, and it's right there, all in that area. And some of this stuff I was a little confused by. Now, these dolls, I honestly didn't stay late enough to know whether or not these were actually in the auction, but they were sitting in the hallway with everything. None of them looked really old. You know, some of them, I mean, they may have been vintage, some of them, but none of them looked, you know, like something I would go for. Now, this painting is gorgeous. It's huge, and wait till you see these. Aren't they so pretty? These are huge statues. Now, this one had an absentee bid on it, so if anybody, you know, didn't at least go above that bid, then they can't get it. But there was only a few items like that. The rest of them were all up for grabs, most of it. But yeah, they had all of these statues, and they were, you know, some of them almost as tall as me. This beautiful old table, or not table, but desk, I should say, or dresser or something, had a marble top with a mirror, and I think they got that for like around $100. That gorgeous piece right there, from right before the turn of the century, so it was 1800 something. Huge, huge crucifix. That, I think, ended up selling for like 160, and that was one of the things that I was drooling over, along with those. I don't even know what you call them. Somebody put it down in the comments, but you know, they probably used it for like bingo. You know, where they spin the wheel like a roulette wheel kind of thing, and lands on a number. Don't know. Or it could have been carnivals or something like that. But they had those. And they had a bunch of pews, too. But these weren't really old pews. So they didn't have the really nice carvings on the side. But look at these armoires and stuff. I mean, gosh. And they were so priced reasonably. I mean, they were just... It was one of those things where, you know, I was kind of like crying under my breath. Because I was like, why don't I have no money? That right there had, oh, that cart. Oh, and there's a confessional. That sold for, I don't know, under $100. That right there, gosh, I think that sold for about $60. And that cart, that industrial like laundry cart, gosh, I think that ended up selling for maybe 120 or something. But a few of these pictures over here I just fell in love with too. The ones all the way on the end right here, this pair right there, just gorgeous. Gorgeous pictures. I didn't stay long enough to see how much those went for, but it moved really quickly. And there's another crucifix. That's a big one too. It wasn't as old and wasn't as beautiful as the other one. That ended up selling for almost $300. That mechanical bird that chirps. It's old. Those I think ended up going for around 65, something like that. The two nun dolls. And I'm trying to think of anything else. That is an old, gosh, I don't even know what you call it, but it keeps the beat so you can play like the tick tock kind of thing. What the heck are them things called? And you can leave that down in the comments too. But yeah, they had some really pretty stuff. I don't remember what some of this other stuff went for, but some of it went for like what it would sell for retail. But the majority of it, I'd say 90% of it, sold for way below what you know, what you would end up paying at a store or an antique store or something. There was a few paintings like this one that were done by one of the sisters. And this, I am really unsure about it, but it's really neat. It looks kind of fabric-y, and it was hand done, so I don't know what that would exactly be called. Now these gates, these used to be at the front when you would drive in. And this was another gate that they sold. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed coming along with me to my very first auction. I had a good time. I mean, it was a little depressing because, I couldn't really get anything, but at least I got my toes wet and, I'll know what to expect next time. So I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, guys, see you later.